Blake and Billy's meditation hour, starting now. Relaxing your mind, free yourself from all thoughts. Only hearing the numbers as they go up and down in your head. 8, 12, 16, 30, 30, 16.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to episode 98 of Bromingo. The phone number is 512-766-4646. You can call or text that number to participate in the show. Give us a thumbs up, like the episode, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, all those wonderful, lovely things. Our VIPs this week are, drum roll please, Stephen Ferreira, Bill Sr., Mike Sucks Donkey Balls, Sean Gerling, and Big Daddy Billy. I am joined today by my co-host, Billy Broder. Billy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to be talking with you today.
You don't sound it, man. Is everything really okay?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, there's just so much going on in the world. So much to worry about. So anywhere you look, there's a new worry. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to shoot the shit, have a good time, let people forget about that for a little while. Hopefully, maybe have a few laughs, stay safe on their commute to work.
Absolutely.
I'm here with the Bob Dylan Sirius XM radio channel. And today's theme is safety. Everybody look at your hands. Dance.
Billy.
Everybody's taking the chance.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. The idea of Bob Dylan introing Safety Dance is funny to just me, I guess.
I don't know.
How are you, Blake? What's new with you?
I turned 25.
Yeah, I don't know Bob Dylan. I don't like Bob Dylan. Oh yeah, it was your birthday. Happy birthday.
It was my birthday. I turned 25, and I had a terrible fucking day. But my birthday hangout was fun.
I woke up to the most upset Blake texts I've gotten in at least a couple of years. Easily the most upset. And then partway through them, Nate, our incredible sound producer and tech extraordinaire, wishes you a happy birthday. And I'm reading these ranting, raving, madness messages from you about how your life is over, you hate everything, you're having the worst, most frustrating day you could possibly have, and I genuinely couldn't tell if it was actually your birthday or not.
No, it was.
But it was. Of course, it actually was.
Yeah, you know, should have took work off on my birthday, man. Should have took work off on my birthday. Because then that shit like that can't happen.
Was the man getting you down?
But there was other stuff.
The boss man was he was on your case? Yeah, there was other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I showed up in a bad mood, right? And then, I'm not even going to get into it. There was like basically just a misunderstanding at work, you know what I mean? That led to two parties getting angry. It happens. You know, and our anger fed each other's anger and it just blew up.
As it is so ought to do.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's all right though. I got through it. I went out and I had a good night anyways. It was still good.
That's good. That's what birthdays are all about. In adulthood, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I basically just used my birthday to do the same shit I always do. Just go to Ogie's and drink beer. It was pretty good.
Shout out the pink bathroom.
Dude, I have this bit where I send the group chat videos of me pissing in there. Like it's not, the pissing's not included, but you can hear it. That's the whole point. Like you can hear that I'm pissing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm either talking about something or I'm harmonizing along with like the classic country hits that they're playing.
It's oftentimes you pissing a river and letting us know how much you appreciate us as friends and love us. It's usually the loudest piss you've ever heard, the most drunkenly beer-fueled, whatever you get there, piss that you've ever heard in your life, accompanied by Blake mumbling how much he loves his friends and how much he appreciates them.
Dude, it's
a great bit.
I love Ogie's,
One of the best. One of the best bits. One of the best.
Ogie's great bar, great food, good time, good time. Everyone says it.
They said the tater tots are too expensive. I said they're too good, folks. They're too good. I can't really do Trump. I wish I had a better Trump. It's so fun to do, but mine's pretty shit.
That I don't think. I think yours is a little more solid than mine, but mine isn't good at all. So they're both shit. You know what I mean? It's not to say that one's good.
Yeah,
but yours is better than mine.
We're comparing poop on the shit scale here.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. One of my favorite phrases, dude. Polishing a turd.
Yeah,
that's a great expression.
A great one.
Putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, it's a great expression. Both of those are really solid ones.
I mean, I don't say putting lipstick on a pig. That's a nasty visual. You know.
Yeah. I haven't heard that one in a long time.
It's the crude version.
Yeah, that was all the rage when Sarah Palin was the running mate for McCain. Everybody was talking about lipstick on pigs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that being a big part of the public discourse in general.
It's really funny when people like the news and media and like especially it happens every election that we latch onto certain phrases. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
it's really fucking funny because then everyone's talking about something and saying it the same exact way.
Yep, and for opposite viewpoints.
Right. But
so you have people on either side saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Just because it's what needs to be said. Well, what they feel is being said.
Not to start a conspiracy theory here, but it sounds like there's like a memo that goes out. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, okay, cool. Like these are the talking points. Sweet.
Oh, I wish the X-Files music could come in right now and we could intro our conspiracy theories thing. Do, 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 do. That didn't even sound like it, but you know what I mean.
Do you want to get into it? We should.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into the conspiracies.
All right, so
let's launch.
We made a bracket today of 16 conspiracy theories, all ranking from different levels of truth, believability,
entertainment value,
and legitimate harm.
Yep.
It's really all over the map, folks. So if you don't like,
yeah, and I do want to point out, and we talked about potentially doing this after, but I'll just get it out of the way right now. You know, we have left crisis actors off the list. That one's just a little too rough. It's been used for too much harm in the world. But honorable mention to the crisis. I mean, it for better or for worse, it's been a very prevalent one.
It is a theory
in our society. So yeah, it is a theory.
Well, let's start off with something
scientific method.
Let's start off with something a lot lighter, okay? Because our first starting point is Clinton's versus Epstein.
Clinton's versus Epstein. That's like a seed first seed versus second seed.
There's actually not
right off.
There's actually not an easy one here in this first round. There is not an easy one here. I looked at them all.
There's not one easy one.
No, there's not one obvious one.
Okay. We could come to a decision, though, for sure. So, Clinton's versus Epstein. Now, the Clintons, they've been accused of everything under the sun.
Right. So, that is much bigger in scale, I feel like, because there's all different angles and that's many theories kind of in one.
Yes, but accordingly, the Epstein theory, it is an umbrella that goes over the entire Clinton theory.
I guess you're right, because there's the actual island, there's the cover-ups, there's the suicide / potential murder, there's all the sorts of things.
Almost definitely murder.
Yeah.
Almost definitely a murder.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why
Hard to say,
Epstein goes up a little bit, because it's like, oh, there's like much more believable truth to this. Where I'm sure there's plenty of Clinton stuff, because like we said, there's so much. But there's definitely some truth in there, but there's also a lot of just complete nonsense as well.
Have the Clintons had a couple of their closest friends killed off for various reasons over the years? Yeah, maybe. But Jeffrey Epstein was tried in an American judicial court, and despite that, it really felt like they just wanted to sweep that whole thing under the rug.
Right.
So I think I'm giving it to Epstein for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
That people were talking about Pedophile Island for a long time. That shit ended up being completely true, and then it was just swept under the rug in the biggest way you could possibly imagine. I mean, they they whacked the guy in a maximum security prison. So I'm going to give it to that one. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Epstein. But the Clintons, they probably killed someone over the years. I mean, those people are sick. They're fucked up.
Yeah. All right.
You could see it. You could see it in their eyes on their Netflix shows. Those sorts of people, like when Hillary Clinton's frolicking around France, talking with clowns and mimes and bullshit. You could just see in her eyes that she's had men and women. Yeah, she's had people killed and she knows it. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got.
She would have been a great president.
Chemtrails versus 5G.
Chemtrails versus 5G. See, I see what you're saying about no easy answers here.
Right, because they seem to all be very close in relation to each other.
This is a a tortoise in the hare sort of situation, unfortunately, because 5G is a very new conspiracy that is almost, in a way, it has eclipsed the chemtrail talk.
Yeah,
that was going on for so many years before.
Mm-hmm. Because people are saying like chemtrails, that's like the analog method. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they went digital.
Chemtrails are the acoustic 5G for
absolutely.
Sure. Yeah. I'll give it to 5G.
Really?
I
can't let that go down that easy though, because I think it's chemtrails.
Okay. You think it's chemtrails?
I think there's more validity to chemtrails.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, no one's up in the sky. No one's up in the sky, and 5G is ridiculous.
I mean, and you see planes flying over all the time, leaving big ass trails behind them. You know, like
one thing I'll say for 5G, 5G is rough because there's a lot of validity to 5G being a problem. People they bungle the specifics. Now, 5G is directly harming our ability to track tropical storms and hurricanes. Mm-hmm. That's real. Now, I mean, I might just have been sold a conspiracy of my own, but I've read quite a few articles before 5G was implemented claiming that it was going to directly harm our ability to, prepare for tropical storms, hurricanes, that sort of thing. So I guess that's part of why I'm leaning towards 5G, and 5G is the new kid on the block. It's probably going to be one of the newest conspiracies we see in our whole list. But chemtrails is a classic. I'm willing to give it to chemtrails. I'm willing to cede to chemtrails on that. I mean, it's just like anyone in their mother knows someone who's genuinely going to talk your ear off about chemtrails. 5G is more of a QAnon evangelical freak mom thing.
Yeah.
So we're
going chemtrails. All right. This is a real tough one. 9/11 being an inside job or aliens.
Okay. That is a tough one, but I mean, I have a hard time seeing how aliens doesn't sweep this whole side of the bracket, Aliens is like the conspiracy theory. It is like number one in a way.
No, absolutely. It's got to win.
Sure. Did the CIA and the FBI ignore tons of evidence pointing towards 9/11? And did we then capitalize on 9/11 to make trillions of dollars for a very select few businesses in America? Absolutely. All that is true. Right before 9/11, did we lose trillions of dollars that were just totally misplaced that we never, discovered again? Yeah, that's true. These things are true, but I mean, aliens. You know what I'm saying? Aliens.
Right.
It's
fucking aliens.
Yeah.
All right.
Tough to see such strong teams against each other in the first round.
Oh, dude,
too.
I know.
That's what's so riveting about these sorts of brackets.
Next up, Hitler survived or the Loch Ness Monster?
Ooh. I'm going to give it to, personally, off rip, I'm going to give it to Hitler.
I'm going to say that more people believe the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, that's true, but, and I know that this is like, it's on the list, so it is a conspiracy theory for our purposes, but Hitler surviving, like, that's your classic conspiracy. That's like, the CIA had a couple plans in place to look for Hitler after World War II that have been declassified since. There were, strategies, like people out there genuinely making sure they couldn't find Hitler anywhere. Loch Ness is It's an oldie. It's a goodie. For
Let's
sure.
talk
It's like
fun
people
factors.
think
Let's talk fun factor.
Yeah.
Loch Ness
Good
has a
idea,
lot of
good
fun.
idea. Yes. Very little fun when it comes to Hitler.
That's what I'm saying. Dude.
Very
the
little.
guy's not known for
Yeah.
being that fun.
No, not known to be a fun guy necessarily.
Absolutely. So
Um,
I still think maybe you're right though. I just had to throw something on the side of Loch Ness, you know. But I think you're right. I think
Yeah. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the National Lampoon?
yes.
Yeah, and the whole like the magazine Mad TV or Mad whatever.
Yeah.
They did a cover. This is in the documentary on them. I forget the name, but they did a cover one time where one of them knew a guy who just happened to look at like a lot like Hitler. Like if you like a lot like him, if you look it up, it's like doppelganger-esque similarities. And so they ran a cover where they shot a tropical photo shoot with that guy down in the Caribbean, and they ran of him dressed as Hitler in a Speedo on the beaches, sun tanning, drinking out of coconuts, and they ran a whole story because their thing was parody and satire, and they ran a whole thing being like Hitler's second life or like Hitler's retirement sort of thing. Yeah,
That sounds hilarious.
Let's give it to Hitler let's do it for let's do it for the Lampoon.
Yeah.
Okay, we should be whittling them down. We should be making our way through now.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done quite a few.
Next up, Bigfoot versus flat Earth.
Flat Earth versus Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Interesting. Flat Earth has grown a lot in our lives.
It has, and I do find it fun. These are both very fun.
It is
I think these
fun.
both are very
These
fun
are fun
conspiracy
ones.
theories.
Yeah. Bigfoot's a lot more explainable. Bigfoot is like, oh, okay, there is a giant, ape thing. You could believe, there's plenty of those things that did exist that we have evidence for. So you can just sort of, explain that one away that it's like a really old human myth that, has its roots in when these sorts of things actually walked the earth. The flat earth is a crackpot, buck wild. They will go to any lengths to justify believing what they believe.
Yeah.
They will come up with anything remotely, like whatever flaw in logic they have, they will wipe away with an ice wall or an Illuminati sort of, layer that they'll slap anything on that theory. It's the perfect build your own theory sort of thing.
Dude, sorry, hold on. Nate went to get Wendy's. Now he's banging on my window. The door's unlocked. The door's unlocked.
Oh man, I hope that's on camera. This him peeking his little head through the window. You're here.
Oh, you're here with Bob Dylan, Sirius XM, Theme Time Radio. 8 will get you 13 when you walk down Mr. Q's Avenue. I'm Bob Dylan, Robert Zimmerman, here talking to you about a little old place the size of a pea under your mattress, keeping you awake at night.
Okay.
Today's theme
Thank you.
is money. That green stuff in your pocket. That crisp paper you keep under the...
Okay, we're back. We're going
We're
in.
back. Okay, so this is my question to you. Would you rather go to a party full of Bigfoot believers or flat Earth believers?
I don't know if that's necessarily fair because one, you're going to get a lot of overlap. I'm sure there's a lot of overlap. That's just fun people. You're asking, do I want to go to a party with a bunch of fun people or a bunch of fun people that can afford to go camping? That's what you're asking me. I guess it's Bigfoot.
Really? You'd choose a Bigfoot party? I'm thinking I'd choose a flat Earth party because they have conventions.
No.
You know what I mean? Is there a Bigfoot convention? Maybe.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure. There's got to be Bigfoot conventions. Bigfoot people tend to be a little more like freewheeling and like they just like being outdoors.
Okay.
The flat Earth people are like fake scientists. Like they actually
you're right.
believe they're smarter. They believe they're smarter than everyone. Bigfoot people just believe there's a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That's really it.
You
They just believe there's a Bigfoot.
convinced me. I'm giving it to Bigfoot.
Although it's like flat Earth is a better conspiracy theory. Don't get me wrong. But I'm picking the Bigfoot party.
All right. Next up, we got Jersey Devil versus The CIA assassinating JFK.
All right. Well, that's that. See, now that one's a layup. That one's just an easy one.
It has to go to the CIA.
That's JFK.
Yeah.
I mean, that's JFK. I mean, someone fucking killed him. Someone killed him.
Next up.
I do tend to believe it was the mob. That's what I lean towards.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about that one. I do think the CIA just kills people for fun. You know, like
yeah.
Like, if you're at all like a problem to them, they're just like Right.
And he was kind of like the definition of a problem to them.
There's like no checks and balances in that shit.
Yeah,
It's classified.
I just like the narrative the most. That, you know, your first Catholic president gets taken out by your most powerful Catholic organization.
Right.
There's something I love about that story of, you know, the mafia building him up and then shooting him in the head.
Next up, we have Obama's gay / Michelle Obama's a man versus
Just all the Obama stuff.
all the
in
Obama
general,
stuff,
I
and
guess.
then the Truman Show theory, which is that everyone around you is an actor.
Yes. Now that one, Nate, our fearless Wendy's boy, Nate seems to have never thought about this before. He said he's never considered that that everyone in his life was an actor and that he was the only real
Right,
person.
because he's not a narcissist.
Yeah, he doesn't have that problem. Now I have a clear, distinct memory in the first grade, before I even knew the Truman Show existed as a movie, of being in my bathroom and being nervous that there were cameras everywhere and that everyone that I knew was an actor. And I brought that to class, and a girl that I was going to school with at the time agreed with me. She was like, I've also been worried before. I remember being very young and already being worried about
I thought you were going to say she turned to you and she was like, I am an actor.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great if she was just trying to break me free of the simulation.
You would actually have fears of that for the rest of your life, probably.
Yeah, you would never stop thinking about it, yeah.
So, the Obama's gay thing is a very new thing to me, right? Apparently, he sent some messages or did like a memoir or something where he talks about fantasies with men or whatever. So there's maybe some validity to that. The Michelle Obama's a man thing is that's so crazy.
Well, if you've ever met anyone who believes that in real life, it's always the craziest people in the world. I took a community college class with this guy who would not stop talking about how Michelle Obama was a man in like 2015, 2016. And that was legitimately one of the craziest people I've ever met in my entire life. This guy, Little Dick, his name was Richard Jr., and he would be like, you guys could call me Little Dick. It was very funny. But he would talk all the time about fucking Michelle Obama's bulge this, Michelle Obama's a man that, and like it to the point where it interrupted class so much that the teacher just told. He was in his mid-50s. This guy was so funny. He would just talk over the teacher in class all the time. And he was easily the oldest person in the class. Very funny guy. I highly recommend community college to anyone who enjoys people and enjoys getting to know people. It's always the most eclectic bunches in the classrooms. But the whole Obama, because, you know, you got to put the birther thing in there as well.
Right.
If you're just doing Obamas and Clintons as like wide sort of scope theories, then, I mean, there's so much going on with Obama. What is it up against again?
The
What is it
Truman
up
Show.
against? Oh, yeah. That's tough because simulation theory is really popular as well, and that's pretty much just the Truman Show.
It's
too.
close.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the same thing. I might give it to the Obamas though.
There is something.
They're lucky that just this week Obama's letters
Yeah, right.
saying he, you know, has sex with men in his mind came about. I mean, if that hadn't come about so recently, I'd probably give it to the Truman Show, but I'm going to go Obamas.
Yeah, let's go for it.
With birther, with all that, with Michelle's unfortunate. I mean, there's a lot of dark and very like obvious implications to the Michelle thing. People love to try and like I don't think masculinize is a word, but people love to try and talk about black women as if they're very manly. That's a common societal issue.
Yeah, there's
That
a
one-
very
that's all that
ignorant
boils down to
tinge
me.
that whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Obama being gay, very much a funny theory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just an inherently
seemingly
funny
valid.
theory. And you saw his brother calling him the F slur on Twitter, right?
No.
Oh, bro, wait a second. I thought that's why we were bringing this whole thing up. Let me send you this right now. This shit's so fucking funny. I think I did send it to you in the other chat that isn't our official Bromingo idea space chat. Wait, let me find this right now. This shit is so fucking funny. Okay, it's in the chat. This is a picture of Obama posted a picture with his brother and called him a fake-ass snake. And then someone commented, Malik, is he gay? And then you can read his response for yourself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, very funny.
Wow. So, when is this from?
Oh, that's from like 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
My birthday,
August
my
14th,
birthday.
3 days ago. Oh, yeah, that was on your birthday. Happy birthday, Blake. Obama is a... I'm not saying that word, but Obama is one. That man won the Nobel Peace Prize.
His brother or Obama?
Obama. Okay. Obama famously won the Nobel Peace Prize like right after winning the election.
Interesting.
Hadn't even done anything yet. Yeah, it was very funny. Not the craziest person to win it, though. I mean, I think Henry Kissinger won the Nobel Peace Prize at one point, and he might be responsible for more war crimes than any living man.
Yeah. All right, next up, Billy. We got birds aren't real versus the moon landing.
Okay, so I hate the birds aren't real conspiracy.
Okay.
I hate it. That's not to say that I'm going to be biased against it, but for some reason it's always just annoyed me a lot, and I don't like it.
It became like a thing to wear on a t-shirt as a joke really quick.
Yeah, but I also just think as a conspiracy, like it's, you know what? Maybe I'm just sensitive to birds, man, because they're beautiful creatures.
Ugh.
They're one of God's greatest. What the fuck did that noise imply?
I don't really.
You don't like
No,
birds?
I don't really like.
You don't like birds?
It's not that I don't like birds. I like crows. I want to get a crow tattooed on me. Actually, I think they're sick. But in general, I'm not a bird guy. Really, I wouldn't want a bird as a pet. See, you're a bird guy. Like you would have a bird as a pet. One day, you're gonna just be walking around the street with a bird cage, like as if it's like your service animal. You know. There's just gonna be like a cockatoo in there, just being like
a little vest with empty sleeves on my cockatoo.
Yeah. or you'll just have it like on your shoulder, right? And you'll be like eating a muffin.
I am kind
you'll
of
be like eating a
bird
muffin,
guy.
and it's gonna be like eating the crumbs out of your beard.
Yeah, I am kind of a bird guy. I want a raccoon pet. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be good. I mean, you did have bunnies.
I did have bunnies. I had bunnies for quite a while, and those bunnies, they knew their Uncle Blake well.
They did.
Your house would be the only house other than Ethan's and mine that the bunnies were ever in.
So, you're leaning towards moon landing then?
No, yes. Well, moon landing. I guess what I'm trying to set up that it's like for the moon landing to not win would be kind of ridiculous. I mean, I know entire groups of people that don't think we landed on the moon, despite the fact that we obviously did. Like, there are so many people that don't buy it for some reason.
Right. And with the birds aren't real thing, my thing was always like, you see dead birds everywhere.
Yeah, and no one really believes that. That's the other thing. It's like no one who actually thinks about it for very long truly believes it. People just like to say it, and it's funny. It's kind of like in the conspiracy theory world, it's like when you insult someone and they're just like, "Oh, thank you, haha, yes, very funny." Where they kind of like they do like a performative, like enjoying your bullying on them. And this is only with friends. It's like the most grating, annoying conspiracy theory to me. The birds aren't real. And you bring up an excellent point. There are dead birds all over the place. I see dead birds every day. I'm fucking up to my shins in dead birds.
I saw this girl post on her story one time when a bird died in her backyard, and she was like, "Oh, battery's dead," and I was like, "Go step on it. Go step on it. Watch what comes out."
Ain't gonna be
Go
bolts.
give it a good.
It's not gonna be
Give
springs.
it a good stomp.
Yeah, no.
See what comes out of that thing because it's not going to be mechanical pieces.
No.
Also, we eat chicken. Next, moon landing wins.
Yeah, we eat chicken all the time. Moon landing every day. Yeah.
All right, which brings us back to into the second round of the tournament.
Exciting stuff.
We have the Epstein conspiracies versus chemtrails.
Ooh, I mean, Epstein. It's going to be hard to beat Epstein just on the virtue of it being true, real, and completely proven in every sense.
Yeah.
And how deep it went. Like Epstein had offices at Harvard. Epstein, had connections all the way up to the White House. Like that shit is deep.
Mm-hmm.
Those tendrils go into every facet of society.
I think I agree, and everyone. Yeah, you're right, and everyone knows it. Chemtrails, is not even something is even living inside my brain ever.
And you said it, and I completely agree with this. It's like I don't even really get what the chemtrails thing is.
Yeah.
And I would never ever ask someone who believes it because I don't have 6 hours to spare to listen to the rantings of a mad woman. You know what I mean? Like the only people who believe in chemtrails are already far beyond sanity.
Well, congratulations, Jeffrey Epstein. You have moved on to the semifinals.
Kid's probably going to sweep. The boy Jeff is probably going to sweep, low-key. Fucking monster.
Next up, we have aliens versus Hitler survived.
I'm floored. I honestly
tough one.
speechless for the first time because both of these are really strong. We had that guy testify recently that there are biological alien samples in American labs.
Right.
But that guy also seemed a bit like when you watched him talk, he looked a bit crazy,
He did look a little bit crazy, but also, I'd be a little nervous.
But whoever knew would be kind of crazy, wouldn't they? It's like if you knew, you would have to be a little crazy.
Right. And also probably like pretty high functioning too. So he's probably just like kind of like weird and like just being in a lab or whatever. I'm just assuming. Pure assumption. I don't even know who the fuck that guy was. But aliens versus Hitler survived, man. I think aliens is gonna push. I think aliens. I think
aliens pushes by. Yeah, it's crazier to imagine Hitler living out the rest of his life, but I think it ignores how prevalent suicide propaganda was in late stage Nazi Germany. I don't think a lot of people realize this, that like suicide pamphlets, suicide radio, like statements, I guess you could call them. Like the propaganda machine started pushing kill yourself rather than lose really hard. Mm-hmm. So all of the Nazi leaders, the major Nazi leaders doing that, I mean, hundreds of them escaped, maybe more. I don't know the real numbers, but so many escaped. But I personally think Hitler killed himself. I just think due to the nature of the circumstances, we don't have a lot of really solid physical evidence of it. But I think he probably did.
Which leaves okay. Sorry, Hitler, you do not continue on to the semifinals.
Yeah, we're cutting Hitler out of the semifinals. Wah, 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 wah.
And some alien celebrates like Next up, we have
it's just a crowd of
Bigfoot versus the CIA assassinating JFK.
Bigfoot versus JFK. Now, what if Bigfoot was the one who assassinated JFK? No one's ever posited that before.
Well, okay.
Up on the grassy knoll, giant ape man.
Pull a trigger like that?
Maybe if the CIA got him a giant gun.
Oh, shit. They probably could, right? They had the means to do that.
I'm gonna go JFK.
Yeah, I am too.
I think there's a large portion of the population that could genuinely be convinced with the evidence that we have that the JFK assassination was a much bigger conspiracy than the one shooter story tends to let us believe. I think it'd be a lot harder to convince people that there's a fucking Bigfoot.
Next up, we got Obama's gay versus the moon landing was fake. Or that's what I have. It's the Obamas. It's Obama's encompassing, not Obama's.
Obama's all, yeah. It's all the Obama theories, yeah. I mean, I gotta go moon landing.
Yeah, I agree. The moon
Moon
just
landing
better.
is a
It's more
top
fun.
seed. Yeah, it's yeah. It involves, so much like it's just such a larger scale operation. I hate to give a shout out to fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he's always made a great point on this that I see in YouTube shorts every day while I let my brain rot, where he's talking about he's talking about how like if we faked the moon landing, then that means we faked all the math that you can go and look at. The fucking, thousands of pages of math.
Right.
And that we have that put us on the moon. It's like I guess that's fake too, then is what you're implying.
Yeah, true.
Which really just doesn't make any sense. And the moon landing is, one of the biggest human achievements. So the fact that there's a conspiracy around it, it's up there as, one of the all-timers.
We got now in the semifinals.
Welcome to the semifinal rounds. Bunch of bells and whistles going off.
In this corner, we have Charlie Epstein. In the far corner, we have an alien.
You said Charlie Epstein, and that makes me think of like Jeff Epstein's like innocent brother.
Yeah,
that's right. He's just like in like computer
Right,
sales.
Jeff Epstein.
And every day he has to go into an office and look everyone in the eye with his face that's almost identical to Jeffrey. I bet you Jeffrey Epstein did have a brother. I feel like that sounds familiar.
My money's still on Charlie. I think it's Charlie Epstein.
Mark Epstein, nicknamed Puggy, is an American property developer and the brother of Jeffrey Epstein. A former artist, Epstein has founded and led real estate companies, t-shirt printing businesses, a modeling agency. That sounds bad.
Yep.
What's this guy's connection? Oh, this man is definitely a fucking sicko, too. Well, that's its own conspiracy theory. Let's wrap this segment up with a semifinal round, a final round, and our pick of the best conspiracy theory.
Yeah, because I'm already digging into this Wendy's. Epstein versus alien.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to take Epstein. And I know that might be controversial because aliens are... I'm going to take Epstein. Epstein is fully... it's real, and the fact that he died the way he did means it's a never-ending conspiracy.
People have died over the alien
with the
thing.
amount of...
And that's also pretty real.
I know people... But it's like... I think the equivalent would be more so if an alien was discovered, we put it in prison, and then it killed itself. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Epstein thing implies that there are bigger Epsteins, that there are more powerful Epsteins, that they're willing to just cut him off, to save the rest of the monsters. The alien thing, it's like, I don't know that we'll ever get a full answer on that. Maybe there are aliens out there. Maybe they've come here. Maybe everything that guy said in that trial recently was completely true. Even so, it doesn't change my life. It doesn't change the way I think about the world. I guess it changes the way I think about the universe, which is a bigger deal. But like the way I think about the actual effects of how people are acting on Earth. I mean, the Epstein thing is you can't find something much crazier than the Epstein thing. It's truly like, and it's like it was such a crackpot theory until it was true. That's the thing about both of these. These are like, they're two of the kingpins of this whole bracket because both of them are kind of true now.
Yeah, Nate, what do
and
you
their
think?
implications go really deep.
Nate's saying Epstein. We go with Epstein.
Epstein it is. That's the tiebreaker.
All right. CIA killing JFK versus the moon landing.
That's a rough one. Where's your brain headed with that? I honestly don't know.
I'm moon landing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the textbook.
Moon landing
theory.
is yeah. And it's wrong. It's okay. So I'm going to take like a reverse logic to a lot of what I've been saying, but I think it still makes sense. The moon landing is obviously wrong in a way that JFK could never be because there's too many blind spots in the JFK theory and in the JFK, assassination in general, just the reality of what happened. The moon landing is pretty obviously wrong. And it's like the more you look into it, the more you should be able to say like, oh no, okay, this happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the opposite is what occurs, and people fall deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole instead. And they start believing crazier and crazier things. So I think you're right. I'm going to go moon landing.
All right, which brings us to moon landing versus Charlie Epstein. And I don't think
That is so fucking tough, bro.
Yeah.
That is so tough.
but I think
That's genuinely so hard.
you guys can. This is like conspiracy theory classic versus conspiracy theory, 20th anniversary.
Yeah, this is Conspiracy XD. Remember when Disney XD came around?
Oh,
and
yeah.
They tried to totally rebrand for boys.
Right.
Jeffrey Epstein is Conspiracy for boys. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. Chucky Epstein versus Big Bad Moon Boys. Oh.
Chucky, no, Jeff. It's Jeff.
What's Nate think? Let's go to Nate. I know you said Charles again, though. You sicko. I'm making
sorry.
fun of you. You were
Sorry.
trying to make fun of me. You just said Chuck. You said Chuck again.
I'm not familiar about what comes out of my mouth.
I'm trying. I'm not familiar with these Epsteins. Nate, what do you think? Moon versus Epstein. Well, what if there's a pedophile retreat on the moon that we don't know
shit.
about? Now, there's an interesting idea. That's a good place where you'd never find it.
Mars. That's gonna be the place, dude. The rich are trying to go to Mars.
To do what on there?
So-
Sickos.
Wait, this is
to do what?
This is what we're gonna do. You ready? We're gonna come up. We're gonna pick the best one, and then we're gonna make an even better one, and then we come up with the best conspiracy theory ever. the new pedophile island
I
location.
think we just did.
the new Little St. James.
Is
is Mars.
Yeah, Little St. James in space is a really good conspiracy theory.
Little
in all
St. James.
honesty. They'll
In
do
space.
They'll do that shit as soon as the technology. As soon as the technology is available, they'll do that shit.
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna give it to Epstein, man. I think that is the best.
Yeah, I
conspiracy
think you
theory,
have
probably.
to. I think you have to. Yeah,
Just because
and
of how
it's-
full circle it came, and it closes
Yeah, how
itself.
true it was.
like the end. Like the end of a movie, right? Because it leaves it open
Yeah.
for a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Completely. And that's that. I mean, unfortunately, like he did in life, Jeffrey Epstein
has
wins
won.
again.
He just won, dude.
The stupid fucker. That rat-faced
Son of a
fuck.
bitch.
It's such a shame.
It really is shameful. But hey, congrats, man. No.
Yeah. Congrats in hell. He's like down in hell, being tortured endlessly for all time. And then just for a second, he gets a little joy out of this victory. He just feels like he doesn't even know why. We don't realize that inadvertently we've brought joy to the tortured soul of Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, so what are you saying? That Bromingo is just playing in hell at all times? There's a live stream of Bromingo in
I
hell.
was implying I was implying that it's almost like an innate, like he doesn't even understand necessarily why he feels this relief. But that's even funnier that the devil has keyed into Bromingo and
He
plays
loves
it
it.
on a loop constantly. He loves it. I mean, it's everything he wants out of a podcast. Dead air, a lot of listless, sort of almost drunken conversation, two guys that don't provide very much. Hey, speaking of, we've got a news story we could talk about today as well.
We do. Let's save it for the next one because we're at time here and we can do a post show.
Okay, great. Awesome. Let's do a little post show and then we'll stay tuned for episode 99 where we talk about the news.
Thanks for coming to our show. It's time to go. We hope you liked our episode. It's Bromingo.
We're here live with the Bromingo Post Show coming to you on E-News. I'm the host of the Post Show, Billy Postbroder, and I'm here with my constant guest and best friend, Blake Rakowski, sitting across from me in the interweb. Blake, do you fear death? Is it something that's on your mind?
First of all, Billy, it's great to be here. I do not fear death. Death fears me.
That's an excellent point. Death is afraid of what's going to happen when it finally gets around to you on its list. I appreciate that logic. What's the least favorite? What's your least favorite thing about last episode, about how the show went, about the bracket? What do you think was the worst thing about it?
The worst thing about it was probably, I think where it all went wrong was putting Charlie Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.
You can't stop. The kid doesn't know his name. He can't stop.
Jeffrey Epstein up against
That's
aliens.
the Bromingo post show. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. This has been me and Charlie Epstein across from me here. Thank you so much again for coming in live with us to the Bromingo show. We hope you join us again next week for episode 99. We got big milestones coming up, and the show is not going anywhere. Thank you so much, guys. Woo!